We had Mickey Truth.
Ooh. Who is this? You got Mickey Truth kicked out.
Shout out Mickey.
Let's get one thing clear. This your girl, Mickey Truth.
Taekwon Bowman, also known as Quando Rondo, agreed to plead guilty today. It's in connection with the federal drug trafficking investigation. Bowman is scheduled to enter a plea to a lesser included offense. He is accused of being part of a conspiracy to possess with intent to distribute controlled substances like meth, fentanyl, cocaine, and marijuana. WJCL 22 News spoke to the rapper after his plea deal.
Don't give up, because you never know what life will throw at you. Life will throw you a Jesus, God. In other words, God, you could be walking in the rain today and tomorrow, by the snap of a finger, God will have you walking through sunshine. So never give up. That's something that I want to leave off with the whole wide world.
What's up, Truth Team? So it's about that time. This time last year, I was in Savannah for the bond hearing for Quando Rondo. I was supposed to be attending his sentencing, but being that I just got over being ill, I'm trying to stay up out in the courthouses because I think that's why I got sick from. Okay, but anyway, so we never got into his actual plea deal, right? So we're going to get into his plea deal, and we're going to talk about, will Quando Rondo do any time? Is he expected to be sentenced? Well, let's get into it without further ado. All right, so the plea agreement is 14 pages, okay? It's document 212 for those that like to go get the documents on your own and read it in its entirety, okay? The first page says United States of America versus Taekwon Bowman, who we know as Quando Rondo. Defendant Taekwon Bowman, represented by defendant counsel Thomas A. Withers, and the United States of America, represented by Assistant United States Attorney Bradley R. Thompson, has reached a plea agreement in this case. The terms and conditions of that agreement are as follows. Guilty plea, which is 1. Defendant agrees to enter a plea of guilty to a lesser included offense of count 1 of the indictment, which charges a violation of 21 U.S.C. 846. Number 2, elements and factual basis. Now, I'm going to be honest with y'all. I'm not going into all of it because if you really think about it, I told y'all all of it when I broke down the bond hearing. But nevertheless, we're going to go over the first page, okay? It says the element necessary to prove the lesser included offense of count 1 are 2 or more people in the same way agreed to try to accomplish a shared and unlawful plan to possess marijuana. The defendant knew the unlawful purpose of the plan and willfully joined in it. 3, the object of the unlawful plan was to possess the intent to distribute substance. Defendant agrees that the defendant is in fact guilty of this offense. The defendant agrees to the accuracy of the following facts which satisfy each of the offense's required elements. Okay? And it got Taekwon Bowman initials at the bottom. Now, it does go into more details, including, I'll just run through, okay? It talks about the wiretaps. It talks about the conversation they acquired over the wiretaps to, purchase, marijuana and other things. So, for those that want to tap in, y'all can read all those pages that's available on Pacer. I'm going to just stick to the nitty gritty. What y'all really want to know, okay? What else? Like, how much time is he really facing? What can we expect? Well, let's get into that.
Feel like the rain coming down every time I drop tears. This shit for real, not for once, don't you think that?
So under number 3 of the plea agreement, it says possible sentence. It says defendant's guilty plea will subject the defendant to the following maximum possible sentence: 5 years imprisonment, not less than 2 years supervised release, a $250,000 fine, such restitution as may be ordered by the court, and forfeiture of all. And we see that Quando Rondo initialed it. Now, you may be like, well, yeah, ain't no way he gonna get this and that. Well, it goes on to establish just a little bit more, especially for those in the back. I'm just saying, those in the back. But let's check that out. So under number 4, it says no promised sentence. It goes to say, no one has promised defendant that the court will impose any particular sentence or a sentence within any particular range. The court is not bound by any estimate of sentence given or recommendations made by defendant's counsel, the government, the U.S. probation office, or anyone else. The court may impose a sentence up to the statutory maximum. Defendant will not be allowed to withdraw defendant's plea of guilty if the defendant receives a more severe sentence than the defendant expects. And y'all know I keep my bloopers. All right. So let's continue on. Now, this next part, I actually like that they added it. I don't know if this is a new thing. I think this is my first federal Georgia case. But anyway, it breaks down this. So this part on the internet, a lot of y'all get confused, right? So number 5, the court use of sentencing guidelines. The court is obligated to use the United States sentencing guidelines to calculate the applicable guideline range for the defendant's offense. The sentencing guidelines are adversary, okay? The court is not required to impose a sentence within the range those guidelines suggest, okay? Y'all heard that? Y'all run it back one more time. Okay, let's run it back one more time. The court, okay, is not required to impose a sentence within the range those guidelines suggest. The court will consider that range, possible departures under the sentencing guidelines, and other sentencing factors under 18 U.S.C. 3553 in determining the defendant's sentence. The sentencing guidelines are based on all of defendant's relevant conduct pursuant to USSG 1B13, not just the conduct underlying the particular count in which defendant is pleading guilty, okay? So basically meaning it's up to the judge what Quando Rondo will ultimately get, okay? For those that's going to ask, because I know it's going to be someone in the bushes that's come out and say, did he tell? The fuck, okay? He has no cooperation clause in his plea agreement. He has no downward departures that they discussed. He has none of that. So in other words, let Quando Rondo be great. His plea is good to go. All right. Now, this is the thing, right? Because people are going crazy because Quando Rondo posted on his story yesterday calling Cap. You know, he on his Cap tour when it comes to media. So let's check that out. So the blog, so you know, one big blog posted, all the blogs going to post it, okay? It says, Quando Rondo will turn himself in December 12th to face up to 5 years in prison. And he got Cap. Big cap, okay, and multiple laughing emojis. And you know, my first thing was, so you're not getting sentenced is the cap, or you're saying it's cap that you got to turn yourself in? Because just because you're getting sentenced doesn't mean you're turning yourself in. They give you a date at a later time. You know, your lawyer can argue to turn yourself in later. Okay, so maybe that's why, right? Well, I did just, you know, just for my own purposes, because I told y'all I was planning on going to the sentencing hearing, which was scheduled for December 12th, 2024. However, it was reset to December 11th, 2024, which is tomorrow. Okay, so I'm glad, okay, I did look, because if I was going, I would have missed it, because I would have thought it was Thursday. Okay, now it also says that any sentencing, memorandums, victim impact statements, letters, similar sentencing materials are due on or before December 6th, so they already have all that turned in. All right, so tomorrow, you know, Quando Rondo will know how much time will he get. Now, one thing that was in his plea agreement that I don't believe I added to the video, but his case, so you know he's still fighting a case, a conspiracy case for the state. It's the Fed case, okay? Whatever time, if any, he gets with that will run concurrent with what he gets sentenced for in the Fed. So that's a good thing. Now, we'll just see. Will Quando Rondo have to do Fed time? Or will he get, you know, some probation or something and then just have to face all what he got with the state? I don't know. We'll find out tomorrow, though, as far as with the Fed case. But with that being said, y'all get in the comments and let me know what you think. And like I said throughout the video, that's my opinion. And if you don't like it, guess what?
I'm like, fuck you. I'm like, fuck you. Fuck you.
Hold on, wait, before I go, y'all make sure y'all tap in with me to book your slot. A lot of y'all be hitting me up on Instagram and the email wanting to just talk about content, whether you're an up-and-coming content creator or somebody just got questions about cases or whatever. Book your consultation with me now. The information is on the screen. Hey, make sure you get your slot, because my slots be filling up fast.
is the weakest. Give a fuck about what they scream.
Holla!
Shout out Mickey. Mickey, you gonna be big. Like
I'm trying to conquer the world, coming from where I come from. Hey, this your girl Mickey Truth, #1 blogger in South Carolina. #1 blogger in South Carolina.